welcome to Scripts and Giggles with Shoshana
and Rani. Sorry, I had a frog in my throat.
Oh my gosh. I'll be honest, I have nothing to say in this section.
Well, Tina Turner passed away.
Oh yeah, we're just back into...
Well, I know that she should get a special shout out.
I think, yeah. I mean, R.I.P. to Tina Turner.
Yeah, she was 83 years old.
Yeah, and she lived a long life, a hard life, but she was simply the best.
Cut this out. Cut this out. You're disgusting. You're disgusting.
I actually not gonna cut it out. I think that was a great segment. She was better than all the rest.
Next, honey, next. Let's wrap this up.
What other good songs did she have?
She had my favourite song, which is What's Love Got to Do
Oh, that was
with
a great song, yeah.
I listened to it yesterday when I found out that she had passed.
That's a great song.
And I said, actually, this is quite morbid. I don't think I can listen to the rest of these. But I do love that song.
Do you know what you should watch? I think it was like last year, the year before last, she had a documentary. I think it was with HBO, but maybe it'd still be available on Sky, called Tina. And it's really eye-opening to her life, her relationship with Ike Turner.
Someone said she recorded that documentary so she would have money for her to leave in her...
And I will.
Yeah.
Oh, good for her.
For her husband.
And her husband in Switzerland.
Yeah.
And she just went to go live a very quiet life.
She said, I'm out.
I'm done.
I'm not doing these Vegas residencies like the rest of you.
No.
I'm going to bed.
Her career started when she was in her...
She was high school.
40, yeah.
She was in high school.
Was she not? No, but I mean when she became big, like she got her big break in her 40s.
But she started performing when she was in high school.
Yeah. So yeah, it's been an amazing career, amazing woman, and yeah, R.I.P.
If you're lucky enough to see the Tina Turner show in West End, what's it called again?
Tina? Oh, Simply...
No, it's not called Simply the Best. Stop it! I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called...
I can see the photo.
It is in fact just called Tina. It's very fun. I think when I went to see it, Alexandra Burke was playing.
Okay, nice. Yeah, that's a good show.
I think that might have been the Whitney Houston, the Bodyguard. For some reason, I went to see Tina and the Bodyguard in like quite close to each other.
Which was better?
I quite like the Tina one.
Oh really? Yeah.
I don't know. The Bodyguard, the crowd was rowdy.
Really?
They were singing their songs, and I didn't come here to hear you sing the songs, babe. I don't know you.
Yeah. I mean, when we went to go and watch the Bob Marley
oh
musical,
my god.
my
friend went to see it afterwards.
Yeah.
And said it was even worse.
Really, there was
the crowd was even worse.
Oh yeah, I mean we had a heckler in ours, and it was so annoying. Because the point was like
someone was heckling the heckler.
Yeah.
It was just
so shut up, man.
I don't want to be a theatre snob. I don't want to be a theatre snob.
Yeah.
And there was a show in Manchester that got stopped early. They ended the show early because there was a heckling incident.
Wow.
And then the security guards came and removed the people that were heckling, and then they got into a fight.
No.
And they had to call the police.
Oh my god.
Basically, like a mini riot took place.
Jesus, come on, guys.
And there was this discourse online about theatre etiquette, and everyone was like, "Oh, it's just snobby middle class people talking about how you're not allowed to make noise at the theatre." And I was like, "Well, I'm not middle class, and I knew as a kid you be quiet for the show."
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's happened recently that people think that everything's interactive. It's not.
I think also people get really like. Not really drunk, but they drink a lot before they come to a theatre. And I'll be honest, the theatre's not somewhere that you should be getting wasted.
You can't really go toilet as much as you want to go. So yeah, if you go in there and you think you're going to get up midway through the show and go to the bathroom, people are not going to get up.
No.
You're going to cause a lot of trouble.
They'll be looking at you going, are you mad? They're just singing the best part of this song. That's up for
They're singing
Tony.
Buffalo Soldier.
Yeah, come on.
And now you're standing up. How dare you?
I'll be honest, because I love the Bob Marley one. It was really fun, but I just wanted to sit there and enjoy.
And then other people wanted to get up and stand up.
And then when they were like, come on guys, get up. That was what the name of the show was. Get up and stand up.
That's what it was called.
And
we went to see it because we thought Arinze Kenny was still starring as Bob Marley, but he was not.
But it was still a great show.
Good.
Yeah, the guy, I don't know what the name of the guy.
The girl was good.
Yeah, she was great.
As well, the wife.
Yeah, she was good.
She was great.
Yeah. But I just prefer to go and sit down in a theatre and just watch and enjoy. And I don't need audience participation.
I went to see Lion King.
Oh, how was that?
Last year.
I really want to watch that.
And loud.
Oh, God.
In that auditorium.
With people singing
rustling.
Okay.
Just everything. Like, people were acting like it was a cinema.
Yeah.
And it's like, you have to, I get it. But the people on stage can hear you.
Yeah. Even in
So you're psyching them out. And some of them are like on stilts and like they're all doing puppets. So like some of these people like don't psych them out because if they fall and they die.
That's it.
Because you was doing. Does anyone want any crisps? I brought 4 packs. And you've got kids be like, Mummy, look, a lion.
Oh, no.
Don't bring a child that young.
I'm trying to think about what's the best show to go to avoid the kids. I love kids, but not.
Rocky Horror Picture Show. Which
No,
is actually...
I still want to watch The Lion King, but just a good time.
I think Lion King, I went to see it at like 7 p.m.
Yeah.
And it was noisy. Maybe, I was going to say maybe go at 2, but I was like, I feel like tourists still go to
see it. Yeah.
Maybe go on like a Christmas Day.
Yeah, like they will be performing then.
Yeah, maybe. Maybe New Year's Eve.
Why would I do that? Every New Year's Eve I go to church because you need to start and end the year with God.
You can go to the show before church. Yeah. Matinee.
Yeah, but
2 p.m.
I don't think they'll be performing on New Year's Eve.
I think they will.
I don't think so.
Let's get the year started the right way.
With Lion King.
Singing the circle of life.
I mean, it is the circle of the year. Rocky Horror Picture Show, was that good?
I haven't seen it live.
Okay.
I was just talking about the film.
No, I don't know. I just
Wicked is good.
Is it good? Okay. The thing is, I need to watch it.
You have to before the
I have to watch it when the film
comes
comes out because the film's gonna have Ariana Grande and what's
Sophia
her name?
Revo.
Yeah, I love Sophia Revo, so I think that'd be incredible.
And you don't care for Ariana?
Ariana's cool. I have no problem with Ariana.
It's actually Ariana. I changed it today.
When I think of Ariana, I think of Ariana DeBose.
Ariana DeBose.
As we know, Angela Bassett did the thing.
Tina Turner, our woman.
King. Oh, that's sweet. That's sweet.
I'm adorable.
Yeah. Should we move on to pop culture news?
Let's do it.
So.
Lucky you had stuff to say.
No, yeah, I actually have. Okay, so pop culture wise, no, I think update at the moment is we still do not have Beyonce tickets.
Oh.
I feel like for some kind of miracle we're gonna get one.
Let me tell you what the update I heard recently is that made my blood boil again.
Go on.
So apparently, Beyonce is gonna bring Nicki Minaj.
Yeah.
Out for one of her Europe dates, and it's likely to be London.
Yeah.
So one of these nights, someone's gonna get Nicki Minaj saying, "Did I lie? Did I lie? Did I motherfucking lie?" And everyone in the crowd will wet themselves.
I don't really care for Nicki Minaj, so have fun, girlies.
You don't like the song with Nicki Minaj and Beyonce, "Feeling Myself"?
It's alright.
You are an absolute hater.
I'll be honest. I'm not a hater.
You are a hater.
I just feel like I got to a period of Beyonce that I love, and everything beyond that, I'm like, it's cool.
Granny Beyonce. Granny Beyonce.
I am a Granny Beyonce, okay?
I'm here for the movers and the booty shakers.
I can't. I'll try.
So obviously I heard this and I said, wow, if I got tickets, I'd go see Nicki and Beyonce for the price of one. Instead I'm sitting here for the price of none.
Fam, you're not even going to be seeing Nicki Minaj. Beyonce will bring Nicki Minaj out for that verse alone and she'll be like, say thank you to Nicki. Woo!
Yeah,
Get off the stage.
Give a heck.
Get off the stage.
Have you seen Nicki Minaj before?
I don't need to see Nicki Minaj before.
Do you hate Nicki Minaj?
I don't hate her. I just don't need to see her.
Get her, Bobs. Get her. My fellow Bobs.
I listen to her music
in the group chat so we can kill her.
I listened to her music 5 years ago. I'm cool.
Oh!
Like when she was like, have a moment for life. What was it? Super Bass.
Enough.
Anaconda.
Enough.
I'm good. I don't need to listen to any of the new stuff.
You are absolutely a hater. I didn't know that
I'm
about
not a
you.
hater. I'm not a hater. I'm a lover.
I didn't know you hated like that.
I don't hate her.
I didn't know you hate like that.
I don't hate her. I don't have a problem with Nicki Minaj.
You do.
She's good. She's good.
Nicki,
people.
if you're listening, send your barbs after Shoshana.
No,
dox her.
No, don't. Please don't. Please don't. Okay. I'm here to support black businesses.
Ooh.
So, you know.
I might not agree with Nicki Minaj politically.
Yeah, or
but I'm always
or siblings.
Going to, huh?
Her brother.
What was Nicki Minaj with
her brother and her husband.
Oh, the husband, yeah, I know that.
Your company really. Her brother. Don't her brother was anyway.
Say what you're gonna say. The barbs need to hear it.
For sexual assault.
Oh, Nicki.
Did you not know about the brother?
Anika, this is not good.
Wait, let me just triple. No, I'm sure he's the brother. I'm sure.
I
Yeah, well, I'm gonna just make sure that I'm not.
I'm just gonna say that
spreading false information.
I would love to see Nicki and Beyonce performing together, and maybe I will. Still Schrodinger's ticket. Have I gone to Beyonce? Have I not gone to Beyonce? Oh no!
Yeah, I just showed her the news about Nicki Minaj's brother, but again, it's not her. It's the brother.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
That's beyond unfortunate.
Yeah.
That is, oh no, isn't it? That's a really bad. It's bad.
It's bad. Oh God.
Anyway, Nicki's music is good, so.
No, I'm good, thank you. I'm good.
The music is good. It's very catchy, and I like Feeling Myself. So I'm gonna be sad that I will not get to see. I hope that nobody gets to see Nicki at the Beyonce concert if I don't get to see her.
She said London or Paris, but yeah, you're right. I think it's gonna be London.
I think it should be Paris.
I think London's gonna be live. I know a friend of mine was at
Paris.
Sunderland, the Sunderland show, and she's coming down south. London is this week.
Creeping. She's here.
She's here already, yeah, in the
she's
UK.
here.
Yeah.
No, I think she's here in London.
Oh, already? Yeah.
She's here.
Okay. Well, the girlies are gonna enjoy it this bank
Something
holiday
in
weekend.
the air. Beyonce is nearby.
I can feel it.
It's in my bones.
Moving on from Beyonce, we'll keep you posted on where we get to. Maybe by the next podcast, we may have seen her. I keep on in my head, in my heart, I'm thinking there's some last minute tickets gonna come out of nowhere.
This is what happens. If we go to see Beyonce, you'll get a bonus app.
Yeah.
Where we'll be walking from the venue in our outfits.
And doing the pod live.
And doing the pod live, giving you a blow-by-blow account of the concert.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah. It's not that expensive to go to Paris.
I'm giving up with going into any other country bar London.
Well, then let's go.
Do you want to do resale? It's gonna be it's not gonna be Club Renaissance.
No, then I don't want to go.
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense. Do you know what? What if we get resale tickets and then you know how they be bumping people up? I just have to believe that's going to be me.
You're gonna be so disappointed.
It's going to be me.
All the other girls in 400 and level 500 I want to be bumped up.
And the views are so bad.
I know.
The view is so bad. I'm not going to see anything. I have such poor eyesight. I will not see a damn
when
thing.
I say Beyonce will be a dot, you'll be you're supposed to watch her on TikTok where you're so close.
The whole gig will just be us zoomed in on our phones, watching our phones, being like, grind. Well, grind. I feel like I changed your mind. Hey, Beyonce, can you see me? No, she can't. When there are people on TikTok who are having eye contact with Beyonce, make it make sense.
We missed out on the Club Renaissance tickets. Mind you, the Ticketmaster site, a mess. Everything.
No, next time, what I've learned from this experience, yeah.
You need 5 screens.
No, yeah. 1, you need 5 screens. 2, when the album drops, start saving £100 a month. So you can get the ticket that you want.
If you be saving £100 a month, you can get a new deposit for something new.
Huh?
A deposit for something new.
Remember that TikTok I sent you?
Which one?
Money comes and goes. Experience of my lifetime.
Which experience? And I'll say the experiences that it showed all the Beyonce tour in the background.
The experience is, and do you know what? If I had saved £100 from when the Renaissance dropped last year,
yeah,
I would be in Royal Circle, wherever the bloody. I'll be nose to nose with Beyonce right now. I'll be on the stage, wiggling around. Instead, I said, "Let me just sit here," and I wasn't even thinking there was going to be a concert.
For the whole time after the whole.
From when the album dropped to when people said, whisper, whisper, concert, whisper, whisper, I said, what's going on?
Yeah.
Even if I'd started saving up the whispers, I might be able to get to Club Renaissance.
That being said, again, I feel like I backtrack, then I come back forward.
£100 is nothing, baby.
No, I backtrack when I'm like, the album I didn't love, so I wasn't too fussed about the album. Then I wasn't too fussed about the tour. Then I saw the tour, and I was like, then the FOMO kicked in, like, I just know that I really do like seeing Beyonce on tour. Listen. But now I'm just going to be like, it's fine. Bruno Mars is coming out with an album soon and he said he's going to be touring.
I'm not going to see that. That means nothing to me. That means nothing to me. I don't want to be planning for future tours that don't exist. I want to go back in time to when Renaissance dropped and start putting the money aside.
Yeah.
Then you'd be here. I've bought a £4,000 dress to wear to be in, guess what? Club Renaissance. But
Yeah.
I have enough money to buy tickets for other people if I want.
Yeah.
That's where I would be. But instead, I'm sitting here talking about, am I going to make it into Carrie? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. That's how annoyed I am.
Yeah.
I talked to someone today who was being like, oh, I don't want to go by myself. Otherwise, I would get... Shut up.
Come on. You could go by yourself and make... I mean, everyone
Tell
is
the
there.
truth. You're shook to go. You don't have what it takes to be Club Renaissance.
The person... Your Connect doesn't have Club Renaissance tickets.
They don't even know. They didn't check. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
you were scared from when you knew that you had the ticket.
You know what? The person's in 500s. Level 500s.
The person ain't got no tickets. Is what the truth.
I don't know.
I'm at least man enough to admit I didn't get the tickets. They're yeah, I got tickets. You ain't got shit.
Yeah, I was talking to one of the directors this week. He's going to he's going to the show, not Club Renaissance. And I was like, when you see Beyonce, he was like, next week, and I was
don't
like,
want to hear about that.
And he was like, you got your tickets? I was like, did you get any last minute tickets? I was like,
I want to get the merch though.
I think you can if your Connect is going, you might as well.
No, someone else in my office is going. I should have spoken to them today. I was too scared.
I think you should just
because I didn't want to. I feel like if I ask you to go, I'm acknowledged I'm not going to it, and I can never do that.
Do you feel like in the next couple of days a miracle can happen?
I'm telling you,
there can be miracles when you believe.
In the next, listen, until that tour is done, I'm going on that tour.
You should start booking
the
American.
Bonus coming to me from work.
Book the American ticket.
And honestly, that bonus could pay for me to fly to America, get Club Renaissance tickets, buy merch, fly back home. Oh, I stay in a nice hotel when I'm there. So get an Uber from the hotel to the venue.
Which city?
Skip the
Actually, if we
any city, Las Vegas.
Okay. As you know, Vegas would be quite fun.
My cousin went to Vegas by herself last year.
Yeah, I know. Where she said
to go see Bruno Mars and Silk Sonic.
So she can, yeah. And when she told me about this show, I was like, I'm going to see Bruno Mars next.
That's between you two.
No, it's me and my God. We will decide. We'll make a decision that we're going to find a way to go.
As far as I'm concerned,
when Bruno Mars comes to the UK, I'll be there.
I don't know. Call me delusional, call me whatever. I know I'll be seeing this tour.
I think you will be too. I hope it's in the time zone of the UK.
Beyonce, you should start putting tickets out for the rehearsals. I'll come and sit in the rehearsal at 9 a.m. in the morning.
No, but I want to see the outfits. I want to see the outfits and I want to see the pyrotechnics. I want to see the whole shebang.
Yeah, that's the rehearsal. They have to play it all.
But she's only going to be wearing joggers.
That's fine.
Oh, and she's like, 1, 2, 3, go. What
song is this? What song is this?
My favourite one is when she's with all the dancers and she's in silver and they're like, ha, ha, ha.
What is this?
I think that she's singing Break My Soul, the Queen version, and she's walking down the aisle.
Oh, I know.
And then she's
right.
like,
yes.
and
yeah,
then all the girls are like, rah, rah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Raw. Raw. And then she looks like, to me, she feels the most natural in that moment. Like, she's just like having fun, but you know that's still choreographed.
Yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Anyway.
My favourite is still... Dun, 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 dun,
oh,
dun,
the
can't
see for you news. I love what they do with the camera work, where it's just like, all my people to the left, and then they turn the camera to the left,
bitches
to the right, and everyone's like, oh, what's that?
Buddy, bitches,
and I said
to the left.
When I say there's the stadiums, especially the ones after Sweden and Stockholm that we continually roast, everyone when they go to the left, all the crowd they go to the left.
But what people are not doing?
They're not doing the.
Look around, everybody's on mute. Big edit. G. Everyone's still singing.
Yeah,
and she's not happy.
No.
She said mute. I want to hear silence in the concert hall.
And dun. Yeah.
There's a person. Yeah. Then also, she's coming in and we can come in.
Is it just me? I'm surprised that Cuff It last year that we had a massive debate on about what made the album successful. Cuff It had its own challenge. I think
it's not the best song of the album.
I know it's not the best song of the album. It contributed to the popularity of the song. In my personal opinion. But she's not done the dance. I've not seen her do the dance. Also,
I've seen one video
of her doing the dance.
Of a version of the dance.
Yeah, still, yeah.
A remix version.
Also, that being said, yeah, with her just moving her arms. Because we know the leg work is not there.
No, the dancers are doing the whole thing, of course.
Yeah. Also, there's a TikTok where the people that originated the Cuff It challenge, they're just sitting there going, well, you've created the Cuff It challenge, but you don't have tickets to go to Beyonce.
Oh, Beyonce, that's dirty.
And you've not invited me to go to this concert. That being said, girlies, should have gone Ticketmaster.
Why am I paying for a ticket when I invented the debt?
I
and that's why
agree.
you should have. I said to you guys, if we get the visuals, we don't. Stop giving her free press.
You are coming. Everyone that was there doing shaking.
I told you, I have an entire visual album in my head, and I will never share it unless Beyonce pay me.
Can I ask you one big question?
Yeah.
Now you've seen pretty much how the tour looks, because
Yeah.
if you watch TikTok, do you think that the concert is matching your visuals on your imaginary concert?
First of all, don't call it imaginary.
It's not here yet.
It's a concept.
Okay, the concept.
It's a visual album.
Okay, does it match your visual album concept?
No, because my visual album was not a concert.
Yeah, but not necessarily in the concept.
There was not as much silver.
Okay, that's interesting. I'm not making fun of it.
It was a much small. I told you, my feeling about this album has always been intimate venue.
That's so interesting, because I just don't like now. You see,
always been intimate venue.
Now I see it now.
Every time I see a video of it, I'm just like,
are you talking about the ballroom scene?
No, just the whole thing. I'm like,
Underground.
this is too big.
Well, she's Beyonce.
I'm not saying that's not what Beyonce does. I'm saying it's too big for what I have envisioned about this album. This album is my visual album takes place all in one club.
So interesting.
So that is and it's not like 800 venue club. No, it's like, I don't know, 300 people max.
So interesting.
It's hot. It's sweaty. It's my visual album. I hate to tell you. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about it. I'm gonna tell you all about it because the rest of it's staying in my head, Beyonce. But it's based on just one of those nights. One of those really good nights. Shoshana and I and a friend of ours went on holiday.
Yes.
And we went to a club, and I have to believe it was like 50 people max in that club. Great night.
One of the best clubbing experiences I've ever had in my life. And I'm not a big clubber.
Great music, vibes, immaculate.
It was so good.
Yeah, there was quite a few people trying to marry us, but it is what it is. We're hot girls. What can we do?
In Lisbon,
I would recommend it. Go Music Box.
So
I don't know if it's still good.
Oh yeah, that was
pre-pandemic.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that was.
It was a vibe.
That was such a good time.
It was one of the only times where I left my house at 9:00 and got home at like 5.
Yeah. So
actually, I've only ever done that on holiday. A long night. I feel like European countries, their clubs will really be open until 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, 6 o'clock in the morning if you want.
You know why? Because they only start eating at 10 p.m.
That's true.
Let's be honest.
They have
and they siesta during the day. So we should be taking a leaf out of their book. I was talking to a colleague of mine, and she's based in Paris, and I was saying, oh, there's a chance I may go and visit. And she said, oh, make sure you come by mid-July, because from mid-July to the end of August, we're out of the country. Sorry, not out of the country, but we're on a holiday. We're not going to be in the office. Like, we're on vacation.
Right. Okay.
And I'm like, so you guys, she's like, the whole office is empty because we take 6 weeks vacation. And I said...
That's what TV's like a little bit, though. But not everyone at the same time, but from mid-July to September... You will not have a full office.
It should be like that, but I'm telling you, I don't think I'm...
My office is like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I feel like places like the BBC are like that. Like, you'll be sending emails into the abyss, basically.
Yeah, true. I mean, I know in previous jobs there's things like Summer Fridays, where, like, you still work your Monday to Friday, boo, but Friday afternoon from 2 or 3 p.m. you can have, come on, guys, let's have Summer Fridays. And, like...
That's nice.
Yeah.
God.
But I'm just, it's, well, I don't even know what the point I was saying before.
You were saying Paris. Well, I was saying.
Oh yeah, but I'm just saying different countries just have a more relaxed vibe, and I feel like when you're on holiday, I'm not saying you're a different person, but I just think you're more open.
No stress. You don't have to work. You don't go to work the next day.
I dress differently when I'm on holiday. Like there's some things that I will never.
Like a whore?
No.
Say it.
No. There's some things that I will not put on my body and leave my house dressed up. Like shorts.
Hoeing.
No, but I just feel a bit more comfortable when I'm out on holiday, because I'm just like, I just feel a bit more free.
Well,
like I think what
what my ethos is on this.
Hoe's gonna hoe.
Wear your nice clothes. Why would you not wear your nice clothes at home? You're here 90% of the year.
I know, but I'm just okay. I think there's one particular dress that I have. It's a nice summer strappy dress. I've never wore that strappy dress out in the UK without wearing a t-shirt underneath.
What is your fear about the UK that doesn't exist in...
It's a cold. The sun will be shining, but you'll be there freezing. At least when I go on holiday, I know it's going to be consistent weather. When it's hot, when the sun is out, it's hot. All day.
Does she go to Scotland?
Yeah, that's not a holiday though.
Wow.
I don't see Scotland as well. Sorry, if you live in
planning to go to
Scotland, I love it.
I'm planning to go to Edinburgh in August, so don't talk
Oh, sorry.
about her like that.
Do you know what? The UK in the summer, regardless of wherever you are, is one of the nicest places to be.
Perfect.
It's so nice. I'm not planning to like go do big holidays post my other holiday, but you know, I love being in the UK in August, just that much.
Just August.
And also when spring starts to happen, like what we should be in right now, but we've been getting some weird type of weather where one day it's sunny, one day it's raining.
We are on such a tangent.
So I know, but all I'm gonna say, the UK in August is lovely, but also one thing about the UK that we love is daytime TV. You know that segment? You know that transition there?
I hate that.
You secretly love my segues because I think they're great.
I think they're so such big jumps every time. You're like, this is smooth. No, it's not. What?
No, there was only one time I listened back to our pod and I was like, this could have been such a great segment if I just made it a little bit shorter. It was when we were transitioning from Beyonce to talk about Queen Charlotte, and I should have said from Queen B to Queen C.
And you know, Shashan's been thinking about this ever since.
I did.
She wrote it in her journal being like, Dear Diary, today I've thought of a better transition to a podcast that's already gone out. I'll never stop thinking about this. I must tell Marnie and then I will be complete. She's going to burst into flames at the end of today because she's finally completed her journey on this earth.
Yeah, so talking of daytime TV anyway, on Good Morning on ITV.
I hate that show.
You know what? When I was younger, I used to watch it every now and again.
We were never a Good Morning family.
What, you and the BBC one?
Oh, This Morning family. No.
Sorry, it's This Morning.
We would have it on, but none of us were watching it.
No, it's like just background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were a Jeremy Kyle family. Sorry. We were Jeremy Kyle, then we would turn over straight off.
We were Maury.
Yeah, we were also Maury. We were a Jerry
family.
Springer family.
Yeah.
Like, we were here for mess. We weren't here. But This Morning, like, I feel like for a while felt...
I liked Lorraine.
I like Lorraine.
Yeah, I like Lorraine.
I liked GMTV.
Yes.
But not Good Morning Britain. That sucks.
No, Good Morning Britain. No, I'm sorry, I'm
awful.
no. I would prefer to watch BBC News.
I'd rather watch Paint Dry.
Yeah.
Piers Morgan is garbage man, and they were garbage for getting him. But when I knew they got him on, they was just here for being messy. Okay. Anyway, This Morning, I never really vibed with. The only thing I liked about This Morning was their segments where it'd be like, my husband is an 80-year-old ghost, and it'll be like a woman talking about her weird ghost husband, and they would, Holly and Phil really be asking questions like, so tell us, how did you meet your ghost husband? And I was like, wow, it is a skill to really be asking these questions. Like, I know you want to laugh, but you're really, really doing a good job of not doing that.
Straight face completely.
Just letting this woman tell her bizarre story. I ate an egg and now I'm an ostrich. Like, what are you talking about? None of these things make sense.
It's crazy, but people loved it. And Philip Schofield had been on This Morning for 25 years. Because he was on it with his
wife before, wasn't he? Was it?
No, that was Fern. Yeah, Fern. Eamon Hall.
No, that was Ruth's husband.
Yeah, sorry, they're not married, but yeah, it was Phil and
Fern.
And then what's Fern's surname?
I want to say Britain.
Fern actually complained about Philip.
Mm.
Yeah, I think she said that he.
I thought that was his wife.
No, I think he was married to someone else.
His wife looks like her.
Oh, really interesting. His partner doesn't look like her now. So anyway, after that,
face crack of the century.
Yeah. After that, I think there was a couple of other different hosts. Then there was Ruth.
Yeah.
And then Eamon and Ruth. So Eamon Holmes married to Ruth Holmes, or was
yeah, but when they started hosting together, they were not together.
Are they not? Oh.
He was actually married.
Interesting. Wow, daytime TV is messy.
I believe he was actually married, or he just recently got divorced, and that they started dating while they were on the show, and then they got married and they had a son.
I mean, I was gonna say it's sweet, but yeah. And now Eamon Holmes is on GB News
recently. He's had a lot of work done.
Yeah, he has.
A lot of work done.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on anymore. Everybody looks like a mannequin version of themselves.
No one wants to be real.
Nobody wants to be real anymore. Nobody wants to fucking work anymore.
Yeah.
As Kim Kardashian.
He's on GB News, but yeah, he met his first wife in 1985. Then they separated in 1994. Well, I think it sounds like there's a gap.
Okay.
Yeah, so maybe there was a gap between the two.
Well, I'm spreading rumours. So.
Yeah. Just out there, just,
He was with somebody else.
And then after Eamon and Ruth came off the air for This Morning.
Well, I think they were weren't they sharing it?
Yeah, they were, because they would do the alternate days.
Yeah.
Then Philip started hosting with Holly Willoughby. That's my name.
Yeah, that's
Holly Willoughby. And they have been a very famous pairing for a very, very long time, actually. And also, I think they've been a very funny pairing. There's been very funny moments between the two of them. They've always been known as being very close friends. They also hosted Dancing on Ice.
Yeah,
I used to watch that.
Host.
Yeah,
they still do host it.
is he still part of that show?
They both are.
Yeah, but even now with him not being in,
he's only just left This Morning, and Dancing on Ice happens around February time of the year, so we have to wait a whole year anyway.
But recently, over the last couple of weeks, there's been some news of a potential schism or feud between the two of them. I don't think I still know the root between what happened, but
it feels like, so again, these are rumours after all.
Yeah.
But Philip Schofield's brother has been going through a court case and has been sentenced. I think found guilty and has been sentenced recently.
Yeah.
The rumour is Holly was upset that Philip didn't tell her this was happening before the news came out, because then she felt like she was on the back foot.
Yeah.
And, whatever happens to your brother apparently is a reflection of me, a person who's not related to you in any way.
Interesting. Yeah.
So at that point, the trouble started between the two of them. She's then gone to the bosses and said, I'm not going to work with him anymore.
Yeah.
So it's him or me, and they decide to get rid of him.
Yeah.
He is 60.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. Also, when the brother's case was happening, he was off the air for about a month. Because I think there's a lot of press around the news story around the brother, and also, of course, it was having a blowback reflection on Phil. And then there's other news that some of it has been, I was going to say indicted or under NDAs, and press is not actually supposed to cover it, but everyone on social media knows, so just Google that. He also did come out as gay, it was a couple of years ago now.
Yeah.
After being in a very long-term marriage with a woman, his wife, or ex-wife now. And he was very much praised for coming out and coming out much later in life. I'm sure people assumed that he was before. But yeah, I think he's just very interesting that this story has happened. I don't think it's massively going to change.
I've got a great idea for him. He can go and work on GB News, because apparently GB News just connects everyone who has washed up on another channel.
Yeah, because they've got Piers Morgan, they've got Eamon Holmes.
Yeah.
And
Ruth, who is Eamon's wife, and Eamon apparently had problems with Phil as well. So, I don't know. I'm sure on a show like that, there are a lot of egos.
Yeah.
Especially when you're a pair sharing a slot with another pair, and you can actually see ratings shifting and changing between the two of you. Maybe you're like, we're the people that people want to see.
Yeah.
They don't care about you dusty ass, ugly ass hoes.
Oh my God.
And I'm sure that would be very difficult, but I mean, equally, this is so low stakes. Who gives a damn about this woman?
I know.
The majority of us are working, so
Yeah,
we don't
true.
watch the show anyway. And even when you're at home and you watch it, you're like, what the hell is
What's
this?
going on? I just see segments, every now and again, I just see segments on YouTube of some ridiculous story, hence what you were talking about earlier. Or funny moments or gaffes with the Italian chef.
If my grandmother had Will She Be a Bike?
Yeah. Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Or
when Alison Hammond pushed that guy into the
Alison Hammond made some jokes on that show.
But that's just Alison Hammond.
On
any show she would have done that.
Or when she interviews Harrison Ford or Ryan Gosling, and it's
when she showed Britney Spears her dance.
I haven't seen that one.
Britney Spears was like,
oh my god.
She looked alarmed.
Oh my gosh. But yeah, we'll just have to wait and see. Though I think the interesting, and it was a little bit funny, is when, because they announced him splitting, him leaving, and Holly is not on air anymore. She's only joining in early June, they had to get the backup host, which was Dermot O'Leary and Alison Hammond, to do a tribute to him. Like he was dead. And they showed photos of like, we want to thank Philip Schofield for his 25 years of service.
That's really shit.
And it was really awkward as well. It was so awkward.
Like, even when Eamon and Ruth left, they got like a leaving episode.
Yeah.
It's very weird to me because even if he said he decided to step down, but if you decide to step down, there's still a period. Like, if you quit your job, you still have to work your handover period, don't you?
He had no handover.
No, they've just gone, oh, you're gone. And that's that.
I think because the news and the noise was getting too much. And when the noise gets too much and it deflects from the show, that's when someone has to go. And someone has to go quick. So, yeah.
Rip.
I knew you were going to say that. We wish him all the best. We'll see what happens to him next. But while the sun has set on Philip Schofield, the sun has risen for our TV review.
No, the sun is set. You need to try that again.
No, the sun is what, rising?
No, the sun is setting for Philip Schofield, but it's also setting.
Yeah, the sun is setting for Philip Schofield, but it's also setting for our TV review of the week. Selling Sunset.
Let's get to the review.
I think that was a great segue.
I hate that.
Yeah, I think it was a great... I mean, thank you for
resurrecting it. The assist.
Resurrecting my segue. But yeah, this week's review is for Selling Sunset Series 6.
Who would have thought we would have got 6 seasons of this?
I know. I was not expecting it, but it is one of the guilty pleasure, easy binge watching shows that I know and I like enjoy on Netflix. Selling Sunset follows a group of estate agents in a very luxurious estate agency.
Yes.
Yeah, estate agency called the Oppenheim Group, led by Jason and Brett. And then there's a group of very, very beautiful estate agents, predominantly women.
They are all women.
Do you know what? As part of the group, it's actually men in the group. They're just not featured on the show.
Well, then, according to the show, they're all women.
On the show, yeah, they're all women. And that includes...
because Jason can't have sex with them, so they don't put them on the show.
Unfortunately, it's so true because as part of that group of realtors, you have three exes. Mary, who's like almost like a second in the command managing director. You have Chriselle, who was the last ex of Jason in series 5. They had a very emotional breakup, and now she's marrying. She's seeing in the show. She's now married to a non-binary Australian rock star called G Flip. G Flip. You can't make this stuff up. But as she calls them G. And then you also have Nicole, who is a new addition to this series, but she's also been part of the group.
Is she a new addition? Because we do meet her in season 1.
We do meet her in season 1, but okay, she's now like an official cast member in series 6. And also series 7, as she spilled, or we saw in text messages after the series. Then there's...
She's in the trailer.
No.
She's in the trailer.
Yeah, she's also in the trailer, but we can talk about it a bit later.
Because I didn't see that.
Yeah, she sent a message to Chriselle saying, "Oh hi, I've learned that I'm going to be on 2 seasons of Selling Sunset, and I want to get tips from you." And this was before. No,
we're already on the show.
Yeah, no, this was before. Okay. Chriselle was there spilling tea that this girl's been wanting to get stuff from me, and I've been trying to help this girl, and she's now throwing it back in my face.
Or she was coached by the producers.
I mean, a bit of both.
It's not that deep.
I know. To round up the cast, we also have Chelsea, who is a British born Nigerian. Yeah, we'll say she's Nigerian.
She's a British-born Nigerian.
She's a British-born Nigerian. She's married to a wealthy millionaire, also in LA with their children. Millionaire. He's a millionaire, right?
Yeah.
But I don't know what he does. Businessman. Yeah. I don't know. We also have Bree, who is
Also married to her.
She's not even married. She's
no, she's in an open relationship with a wealthy
millionaire. Also, aka also one of Nick Cannon's many baby mamas. And then we have Mary. Mary's not.
We're talking about Mary.
We're talking about Mary. Who else is missing? Amanda. Who is there?
Who was actually a stager.
She was
first, and then like a low key real estate.
Yeah.
Like she hasn't sold anything. Really.
I've not seen her sell one thing on the show.
We have Heather.
Yes, she was pregnant this season.
She's pregnant this season, and she will not let you forget it.
Oh, 100%. I have thoughts about that because Christine, who was on previously on the last season, also was like the villain of the last like 3-4 seasons. She's not part of this season. I think many people thought that she was going to be a bit of a gap in this season because she wasn't here. I have other thoughts. Marnie loved Christine. I did
Queen,
not.
mother.
I don't know. I didn't like her.
Christina's mother.
Yeah, I didn't.
Christina's the only person who knew what show she's on, and this season suddenly the girlies know what show they're on.
Oh yeah, they all
but
came.
Christine knew from the beginning.
The other girls came in. This season, everyone came. Everyone came.
Like, and we're here to sell houses. There are cameras here. We're not here to sell houses, bitch.
Well, the thing is, on the show, as part of the show, I think there's a couple of other real estate agents, but I've now forgotten them because
Davina.
Oh, Davina, Wallpaper. Emma, she came 2 seasons ago. Last season? Yeah,
last season,
she
because
came
her and Christine had that
thing about a boyfriend that no one cared about. But yeah, that kind of rounds up the Oppenheim group that we see on the show. Of part of the show, a lot of it is to do with beautiful houses and beautiful drama. So we see gorgeous houses that they're potentially selling to wealthy or high-end wealthy clients, and then also the drama that ensues between the realtors themselves, their friendships, their relationships, and also the drama also with the business aspect of it. So that's Selling Sunset in a nutshell. But this season, like we said, Christine was not there. She left.
Boo.
I mean, the girl didn't even turn up to the reunion last season. She was done. They were over her, especially after accusations that she was bribing some clients to not work with Emma. I don't believe it, but I think...
I think it's drama for the sake of drama. I mean, like, this is a show where someone accuses someone of being on drugs this season, so I think they really just be saying stuff.
Yeah, it probably is. But I think that Christine she probably dug her own hole, and a lot of that is probably with making issues from the production side. She just wasn't cooperating. If you don't...
And why should she?
She shouldn't be on the show then. And
and that's
they
why
showed her the door.
Not. I don't know. Like, it's easy to say that they showed her the door, but like, let's be for real. She was working at a place. They decided to make a TV show out of the place, and now by force, you guys have to comply with what we're doing because we're making a TV show out of the place. And let me finish.
Excuse me, Christine.
I haven't finished.
I'm actually going to keep.
Will you let me finish?
No, because
you're speaking over me.
You see, this is why Christine's not on the show.
You're not letting me finish. Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
And yeah, you can say you signed up for a TV show, but I also work here. Like, think about if someone came into your workplace and said, we're making a documentary about your workplace, you're going to feature as a documentary person, and then as the seasons go on, we're coaching you to be the villain of the show, and you're like, well, I don't know if I want to be the villain. I came here to do my work first and foremost. Now suddenly oh yeah, you're being difficult. I'm not being difficult, I'm being a person.
First and foremost, have you finished your point, Christine?
I have, in fact.
Okay, let me just land on that point. First and foremost, you're interrupting me now, B.
I feel like you need to learn your turn.
No, don't tell me to learn my turn, darling. I'm speaking now.
Well, darling, we don't need it. So
darling, I'm sorry. I need to be where I am.
Your hands up in my face right now. I'm saying bring it down.
No,
it's very aggressive your behaviour.
How dare you? Don't you ever call a black girl woman aggressive?
I can call whoever I want aggressive.
How dare
you're being
you?
Aggressive.
I'm not being aggressive.
You slapped me.
I mean, look in the mirror. Look in the mirror.
Oh,
okay.
Wow.
First and foremost, no, because you want to see what aggressive look like.
Look at you. You're oppressed.
You're
oppressed, honey.
No, I'm not oppressed.
You're oppressed.
I'm happy.
You're oppressed.
I'm pressed with joy. What are you talking about?
Do your response.
Excuse me?
Do your response.
Don't tell me to do my response. Why are you trying it? Why are you trying it? Why are you trying it?
I don't understand.
No, but you keep on interrupting me. No.
That's what I thought.
Let me actually tell you the truth. If you keep your mouth shut, I'll be able to.
Do it.
So first and foremost, in all honesty, she had a choice whether she wants to be on the show or not. Because if you go on the Oppenheim group on the website, there's many realtors that are not part of the show. Nicole is an example of that. She wasn't on the show for 6 seasons.
Nicole's not as hot as Christine. So
that's your personal opinion.
it's the truth.
Anywho, secondly, I think with villains, there is no smoke without fire.
I'm not saying she wasn't villainous.
No.
She did do a lot of stuff
she did.
problematic AF.
And I think that you can't be there doing victim mentality, saying, "Oh, woe is me," and then doing podcasts saying, "Oh, this show is so wrong." When you were messing around, she didn't cooperate with production, and I still stand by.
Yeah.
If you ain't gonna cooperate with production after they made you a big star,
but sorry, I don't owe you Pim. What do I owe you? I made your show successful. You made me a big star.
I did, because I brought you onto my show.
I was already here.
I brought you onto the platform.
I was already
that
here.
made
if
you
you
big.
said you went and found me from another estate agency and you brought me to Oppenheim Group specifically to make your show look good, that's one thing. I was here already, and you said we see potential in you. And I've boosted up the ratings of your little show, and now you're trying to tell me I'm being difficult.
Sorry, your phone went to your head. The phone went to your head, and that's when you were thinking,
listen,
I can do all things. Wait. Because I can do all things with Christ who strengthens me. I'm joking. No, I'm saying for her, I think she just got too big for her boots. Got too big for her Gucci boots.
I would, listen, in any other instance, I would back you, but we know reality TV has a terrible history with exploiting people and manipulating situations and not being straight with people about what their situations they're going to be in until they're afterwards they're in it, and leaving them to deal with the fallout. So when it comes to Christine versus the production, I'm not going to back production in this scenario. Do I love the show? Yes. Do I want the show to get cancelled? Absolutely not. But am I going to sit here and say I think that production conducts itself with decorum and it does everything right every single time? No.
I mean, look, we've seen you're right. There's proof that with many reality stars that usually the root of some of the issues is production. However, I do think that Christine, even though she did start to become the biggest star and also the villain equally, I do also think that when it got to season 5 in particular, there was some level of difficulty that the production said that we don't want to do any more with, and we don't need you as a business. And also, let's be honest, we can find other realtors who can bring the drama. And I think Series 6 is proof that you don't need Christine to make Selling Sunset a success.
I mean, I would argue,
because I felt that she brought it started to get really toxic, and that's why I found this season refreshing, because you had drama, but you didn't need to have it from such a negative space.
I found season 5 that the toxicness wasn't necessarily Christine, but the way that people felt about Christine and things that she'd done in previous seasons. It's like, great. For what that said to me about the show was that, like, we can't move past. Yeah. Like, all the good drama happened in season 1 and we're just going to keep rehashing it forever. Because we're now, like you said, at season 5. Christine's gone off and had a baby. She hasn't even been in this office for 9 months. And somehow this is still Christine is the talk of the town. This person is in her house minding her own business. You guys cannot stop talking about her. Yeah. Even this season, they mentioned her.
Yeah, to me,
they're never gonna forget her.
I think because when in episode 1, it starts off, which I really love, with some of the intros. Basically, it was like almost their equivalent of like the Bravo Real Housewives intros, which I live for. I always want to see what they're gonna say. So they had that kind of moment, but it was Mary who was like, "Christine is out." I was like, is that your storyline? You need to be telling me something about what you're going to be bringing to the season in Series 6, and you're talking about Christine, who's not here. And
that's why, my second point, I don't know if I think the drama is better this season, like naturally formed, because I still think, take the Nicole thing, we'll come to each of these separately, but like, that's, 3 years ago, you did something and now I'm bringing it up today. Yeah. Again, drama from the past. The Brie and Chelsea stuff, I honestly think is just miscommunication to some extent, more than it is I'm trying to, because Chelsea's energy is not like I want to fight Brie, and Brie's energy is not I want to fight Chelsea. So why is this still ongoing? Like, I feel like the two of you need to have a conversation without all these other people in the room, because I honestly think you are stirring the pot at this point. And then the Mary Jason stuff, Mary, grow up. Jason, also grow up. Both of you bad as each other, to be completely honest. So it was like, the drama was, I agree, it wasn't just like constantly going at one person, which was what the last season felt like. And I agree with you, even I was like, get Christine's name out of your mouth, move on with your life, have a baby, get married, whatever it is you need to do it. Why are you guys on this woman's episode? She's not here. But I would also say that this season, it felt a lot like, definitely ain't that deep.
No, but actually,
Nothing happening in this season is that serious.
No, but in the same breath, like on the first example of drama you made between like Nicole and Chriselle, and Nicole rehashing something that happened 3 years ago, isn't this the same when Christine was rehashing about some ex-boyfriend with Emma?
But that was a situation. That was the other way round. It was Emma saying, "Oh, I don't fuck with Christine because she did this."
But I thought Christine was also like, I'm not really friends with her because she's
yeah,
my boyfriend.
She said I'm not friends with her, but that to me, that's the beginning, the end
I
of
think
it.
you're making that's the equivalent to me. You're making some. Your point was that there's drama that's been rehashed over previous years, and that's the part of the storyline. And I found that's one of the things that even bores me in series 5 because I'm just like.
No, but I agree. I agree with you on that. I said that's exactly what season 5 was. There was everyone being like, "And you did something to me 8 years ago, and you did something to me 2 years ago," and it just became this weird toxic bubble of like, you don't like her, you don't like her, you don't like her for completely different reasons. And now you guys are all banding together, be like, we need to take this person down. This person who hasn't done anything to you technically now for 2-3 years, but you're beefing with her still from 3 years ago, and that's why the Nicole drama to me, I was like. I mean, yeah, this is entertaining, but like equally, if I was Chriselle, like I'm not really going back and forth with you. But that's I feel like that's why I'm not on a show like that because I'm not going back and forth with you. You made money off the house that we sold, yes or no?
Yeah,
yes.
that's what she did.
So I made money off the house that we sold.
And
what else is there left to discuss?
The only reason
what do you want? The money from my pocket?
Exactly. To me, Nicole's points were futile and baseless.
She just didn't like her.
She didn't like her. She wanted the moment. And
so
I said in last week's podcast that I had a theory about the newcomers and their drama. And so the newcomers this season were Nicole and Brie. I think my theory is if you're a newcomer, you go for the biggest star. And that's for you to solidify your role and to have a moment and have a storyline, you go to the biggest star. And I think that's why Nicole was like, I'm going to beef with the person who everyone talks about. Everyone's going to talk about Chriselle because of her relationship, because it was a real G-flip when she moved and started dating Chi. And 2, Chriselle, regardless, has always been the biggest star for the last couple of seasons. Not Christine. She just is being Chriselle because when she came in series 2, she had a very big storyline. And she just kept on building on it year after year.
She came in season 1.
Was it season 1 she had?
Yeah.
Okay. When she came in season 1, she was not, I don't think she was the biggest or well-known star, but she had the famous husband at that time.
Well, the whole series was geared around her and coming into real estate.
Yeah, her real estate career. When did the divorce happened? Was that series 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think she's kind of built herself to become a big star. So my theory is the newcomer comes and has a beef with
3.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. When I started watching Sunday Sunset,
it was like 3.
I don't think I watched the earlier seasons.
Wow.
Yeah, no, because I think I started watching because of the link with Chriselle's husband from This Is Us.
The whole thing,
even though it was never on the show.
The whole thing geared around, here is Chriselle, her husband's famous, she's getting into real estate, and they're selling houses in really fancy places. Fancy houses.
That's how the series even began. Mm-hmm. But yeah, for me, that's why I think Nicole started the beef with her. The one thing I've enjoyed with the beef between the two of them and that storyline, even though Nicole didn't have a leg to stand on, was it was good to see Chriselle have a bit of a backbone. Even though like the reads were interesting. We're not in Real Houses of Atlanta where they'll be reading you for filth. But it showed me that she's really grown over the last like 6 years or 6 seasons where she's a lot stronger than people put her for and people assume about her, and she fought back like. And I think she was right to fight back because Nicole was coming with some baseless accusations.
I mean, it's so funny that you say she's growing because the cynical part of me is like, she's just finally understood the show.
Potentially,
and the point of the show is conflict, so...
Yeah. But she's not...
Who else am I going to beef with apart from this person who's apparently decided to... So why I get what your theory about Brie and Nicole. Personally, I don't think it's them. I think it's production saying we've brought you on.
For drama.
Yeah. Like, the fact that Brie walks in and is like, I'm not girl's girl. I'm not here to make friends. Like, that energy is always... You know exactly what time that person is on, which is you're going to have a problem with someone in here. Because if you come into a workplace where people are mates and say, I'm not here to make friends and I'm girl's girl and I'll do what I need to do and I'll cut a throat, blah, 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 we're going to have to see you whether or not you're going to do that. And interestingly, she says all of that and then it's really Chelsea that comes for her throat, not the other way around.
It's true. I mean, the funniest part for Brie is when she tries to come to Emma And it was like, oh, I heard that you were chatting to my client. I just want to let you know it just doesn't work like this. And then, like, 2 seconds later, she's there backtracking. I was like, fine.
Emma was like, so now what?
Yeah.
And she said, like, well...
Oh, nothing. I was like, shut up.
You're not about it.
No, I wasn't a massive fan of Brie. But I see on TikTok and all her followers are like, go girl, I loved you this season. And because Chelsea was so annoying at times, I think people really stood for Brie on her
but
side.
Chelsea's also Christine's like apprentice in that. So, like, true. She really bonded with Christine, and even at the top of the series when people were like, thank God Christine's like, well, I'm not going to say nothing because she's my friend. Yeah. Which I respect a lot. Because it's very easy to be in the room and be like, she's not here now, so I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah. She's my mate. And that's the right thing to do because these girlies also aren't your friend.
No. Oh, no.
So if that person's your friend, live in your truth.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, I think she is a loyal person. I think I also think her issue with Brie, even when she explained it, I was like, it's not really the same thing. No. But go officers. Yeah. Comes down to a lifestyle thing, which is like, I wouldn't be in an open relationship.
Yeah, and
somehow that translates to I don't like you because you're in an open relationship, which is not really what Chelsea says. And everybody wants to be like, but you did say, blah, blah, blah. But she didn't say that. She said, I don't know you.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I like you. But what I'm saying is I don't get the whole open relationship thing.
With Nick Cannon, where he's had 11 other babies. I think maybe about that point, maybe 10 babies with multiple different baby mamas. And
Brie reasonably says it's not for you to get, which is absolutely true.
I agree.
Then Chelsea says, okay, so let's just agree to disagree. Then Brie's like, no, you need to stop speaking on my family. First of all, I 100% get that, but I also get where Chelsea's coming from, which is this is in the news.
The whole world knows.
I turn on my Instagram, it's going to be on Shea Borough. So if you don't want me to talk about it, tell your man to stop cheating on you publicly. Yeah.
But I think there's two things. Like, maybe the first time when Chelsea said it, I got like, look, someone's going to have to make this comment about the Nick Cannon thing because all of us read news.
Yeah, we're all sitting here being like,
and even like even when they introduced Brie,
they didn't know who Nick Cannon was. Let's be honest, other guys didn't. They didn't know who Brie was. They didn't know who her man was.
Amanda knew who Nick Cannon was, and Chelsea, the only black people in the room. Ooh. But Amanda was the one who made a joke about, another baby mother. She made a joke too before Brie walked into the room. Now, the first time when Chelsea was like, this Brie thing, blah blah blah, I was like, okay, look. The good thing about Chelsea sometimes is that she says the things that no one wants to say and they're too afraid to say. Fine. Then the girl, Chelsea, kept on badgering on and she was saying things like, oh, because I'm a Christian and that's a Christian thing.
Yeah. But I feel like it's because they were pushing her to be like, why are you saying this? Why do you feel like this?
And then in the last episode, then she was given a sob story. It's an honest story about like how she didn't feel really connected to her parents and her family.
So her mum moved to the US with her younger siblings and left her with her dad in the UK.
Yeah, which I know that everyone...
It's not the same.
It's absolutely... This is not the same at all.
It's not the same.
But...
Yeah, broken family, but in a very different way to what this Brie, Nick Cannon and his other 11 babies has.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, it's got nothing to, like, her bringing that sob story made me feel like, are you trying to make your own moment? Or are you trying to justify attacking Brie? Because by this point, it starts to get so, like, persistent. Like, Brie's name was always in your mouth. And I was like, why?
I don't know if I agree that Brie's name was always in her mouth, but I do believe that, like, her having that visceral reaction to it probably stemmed from something personal. Yeah. Because otherwise, why are you obsessed with this? A lot of people do a lot of things and you don't spend time going over and over and over and over again in your head. Maybe there was something about it that did bother her personally, which is, like, all well and good. Thank you for the sob story, but equally your sob story doesn't
apply to me.
I think the problem with Chelsea is the problem I had with Amanda as well, where something's happening to someone else and they're like, this reminds me of something that happened to me, and it has nothing to do with that thing, and it just feels like a way to be like, I'm inserting myself into the story. Like Amanda was like, us see, like, we're in the exact same position. Me with my 2 kids and you with your 1 kid and then your kids 9 half brothers and sisters. How is that the same? As we've missed a part of Amanda's story where she says, oh, and my ex then went on to have 500 kids with 5 other different women. Yeah. It feels like a completely separate thing, but Amanda can't go a single conversation without being like, this reminds me of X. Like, even the drug thing, she was like, yeah, because last season someone accused me of being on drugs. Did they?
I didn't even know.
Did they?
I think Amanda is one of the people that is there literally just to fill up airtime. Like, I didn't see, for the last couple of seasons, I've not really seen the purpose of having the Manza there. She's just as useless as Davina. And she doesn't sell houses. I know she was a stager, or she was there to like furnish and decorate a house before it gets sold, which is known as staging. But apart from that, we don't even see her stage.
We don't see her do anything.
She just sits at her desk and types
once in a while.
Yeah, true.
She's not even in every episode.
I will say her cornrows are always cute though. Her hair is always cute. Ish. But to me, that was one of those. She's one of the characters that I do not need to see in Series 7. I do not need to see in any other future seasons of Selling Sunset. Davina, again, she's no longer part of that Oppenheim group anyway. After the show, there was news on. I saw TikTok where they were like researching the realtors in the Oppenheim group. Davina's name was not there, and I was like, I'm not freaking surprised. She will always be remembered as the woman that didn't sell the $75 million home. But apparently she was saying it was for the show and it was never supposed to be sold, but the
house really is on the market.
Yeah, I think it's still on the market to this very day.
So someone didn't sell it.
No, someone didn't sell it, and also that maybe the sellers, please be realistic, it's not a $75 million home. And in this climate, it's not. One point on talking of climate, one thing I really appreciated was us seeing more about the home industry, the house industry. I appreciate when Brett said, look guys, the climate, where we are, inflation, the cost of living, people are conscious about where they're spending their money. Like the 2 to 3 or the single digit million homes are still being bought and it's still competitive, but those $20 million homes, people are not buying it like that. So I appreciate that they were realistic and be like, it's quite hard to be talking about a real estate show and talking about housing where the market is going downhill. But they've still referenced it and they still showed us beautiful homes. So that was my only little flag from the rest of the drama. Because I like watching the shows for the homes as well.
I didn't like that because it was too realistic. I watched the show for unrealisticness, like the outfits that they wear to work. When I watched that show, I inherently cannot take the show seriously because the outfits that they wear to work, no one has ever worn that in an office in a day in their lives. So I'm like, oh, this is a farce.
Yeah, it has to be a joke.
This is a farce.
The house viewings and you come dressed in a bright pink suit or bright. It's not even a suit.
Well, this is a suit.
No, some of them are not even suits.
2 looks that I remember, specifically Chelsea looks.
Go on.
One is the look she wore to... I think she'd gone to meet Nicole to be like, I'm trying to get a sense of Nicole. And she's wearing like a diesel runway look, but it involves a skirt that's just a belt.
So funny.
Like a big thick belt. And then she's like, how am I going to sit down? It's like, how did you put it on? When you put it... So you told me from your house to here you have not sat down. Did you not sit in your Uber to get here?
Oh my god.
That look. And the whole look was very motocross inspired. Yeah. I thought, you're going to coffee. What are you talking about? But my second look where I was like, this show's a joke, is one day in the office, for some reason, Chelsea comes in and she's wearing a bra covered in flowers.
Yeah.
What? That's the top that she wore to work. I would be nervous to wear a strap top to work.
Let alone a bra.
A bra.
I think...
And everyone's like, you look sickening.
It became a fashion show because every time someone will come in, everyone gets compliments about their outfit. Oh, I love your outfit. Oh, I love your outfit. Fam, why are you not saying I love the house you just sold?
I love your outfit too, but this is a workplace.
Yeah. I love the commission you got.
I don't want to have to come into work and see your tits.
Yeah, fam.
But you can't really avoid it with them because everybody went to the exact same doctor to get the exact same fake boobs, so you will be seeing them. But it's just such a I feel like Christine started this trend of being like, I am wearing an outfit that has nothing to do with work.
I agree.
To work, and they've just all been trying to one up each other ever since.
I agree.
And the only person who really lives up to her legacy is Chelsea, who's just like, I ordered this outfit, or I don't know, Armani Privé are sponsoring me. So they're just giving me outfits for free for me to wear on the show because some of these looks, I do not believe you bought these pieces.
No, I mean...
Where are you going to wear that floral bra to again?
I know. On TikTok, she did say that they have... Her personally, they do not have a wardrobe budget by production. So they buy those outfits or probably rent those outfits themselves.
She was on Glow Up last week or
Yeah.
the week before. She didn't look that good.
Really? Interesting.
So clearly that's
And
what
she-
your natural form is, not to be wearing that diesel skirt.
No. She also said that she doesn't have a stylist. Like, she said some
Oh,
of the other
we know.
some of the other ladies have stylists, but I
Oh,
don't.
we know. We know. Because the only person who would wear the exact look from the runway
So
and push it on their body is someone who doesn't have a stylist.
To me, the diesel belt still gets me. The diesel belt gets me.
The whole
Like,
look was head to toe
yeah,
diesel.
It was bad. She gives me.
That's a photo shoot
Yeah.
look. It's not what you
We're
wear
meant
to the coffee.
Yeah, she gives me new money, not old money. Like
Well, we already knew
loud,
that.
loud luxury, not the quiet luxury.
I like Chelsea. I do. I feel weirdly protective of her. Maybe because she reminds me of Christine, and I, support all villains. But
Jesus.
I'm protective of her because I'm always, and this is, I guess, black women working in a white office space. But I feel protective of her because I feel like she wades into the filth with the girls.
Yeah.
But I feel like she gets a bum deal
Yes.
because she's not one of them.
I agree, and
You have to be, and that's the thing that's so annoying. As a black person, you can't even live authentically as yourself.
Yeah.
You've got to be second guessing, third guessing.
The whole
If
time.
I say this, am I going to get it in their neck the more than that white blonde girlie is going to get it? No, because I also agree with you. So, like, even her standing on the hill being like, I don't agree with Breeze. I was like,
yeah, where she was leaning.
let the other girls do it. You can't do it.
One
But
thing-
for real, you're on the show. That's the whole point of it.
Yeah.
Someone's got to, or we
Say
won't
it.
have any conflict.
Yeah, it's true.
So I'm the only one who's going to say it. And fuck it, I'm going to say it.
Yeah, when she leaned into Brie and was laying into her so much, I was getting fed up. I was like, Chelsea, like, just let these girls fight. Like, you don't need to be part of it. You lit the match. Just go for it. Because I hated that scene where, like, she had laid into Brie so much that, like, you could tell the other girls were leaning towards the side of Brie. And Heather, who was there just opening her mouth anytime, because her only storyline was her pregnancy, she was like, I have to still make some beef. And
Yeah, go on.
and it was, and beef wasn't even that much, but like, just basically revealing whatever Chelsea said back to Brie, and then whatever Brie said back to Chelsea. So it was just like this middleman just trying to make mess. But
And one thing about Heather,
Yeah.
she does that
slyly.
every season.
Sly.
That is what she does. And I found it really annoying. I thought it was great when Chelsea said, oh, and I can't say anything back to you because you're a pregnant woman.
Yeah.
When she was being like, I didn't do anything, you need to live in it, you need to own up to your shit. I said something to you,
Yeah.
right? Which you've then gone and told that person.
Yeah.
The person now is mad at me. But when I asked them, what did I say? It's not what I told you,
Yeah.
word for word. It's a little bit... And then when I'm trying to say, my issue is not that you told her because I said what I said.
Yeah.
My issue is that you didn't give me a heads up. But equally, if you're my friend, if you're like, we're friends, and if I would feel like I would tell you, not after this podcast, we're not. Don't ever ask me that question again. If I told a friend something you told me, I would definitely be like, it's a heads up.
Yeah.
I mean, whatever shit, because the reason why I wouldn't want to say anything is because I don't want you to be mad at me. But I did it.
Yeah.
I'd rather you be mad at me than you're walking in this party now and she's like, and why did you say this to me? And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
What? I don't know what you're talking about.
and I'd also be like, I never said nothing.
Yeah. No.
But they'd be like, but you're the one who said it. I'm like, well, she told me.
That's
Then it turns
thing.
into a bigger thing. I don't want
Yeah,
that.
no.
I'll be like, listen, I was to X. They asked me. I said, now they're upset. Really and truly, it's actually my beef that I'm starting, so I need to get it up.
Yeah.
But I'm going to leave it with you.
And then have fun.
But,
Peace.
I think I would tee it up.
Yeah.
I would tee it up. And yeah, it's kind of shit I'm hearing from other people that the person is mad at me over something apparently I said, but I never said to them. So you've then gone and reported to them. And then when I'm telling you, tell me what you said to her, you're like, I just said exactly what you said to her.
Yeah, that's when Heather was annoying me, man.
It's like, but what I said in the room, and I agree, when she was talking about it, she was like, oh, when we were out, this is what she said. When we were out, Brie got her phone out and showed us an article. The article was that her man has got some other girl pregnant. And Brie said she didn't know nothing about it. That sucks.
Yeah.
She didn't say Bree's dumb, Bree's this, she's
Yeah.
stupid. She said, Bree told us, these were the words that you said to me that I'm telling to other girls. You can be mad at me for telling the other girls, fair enough, but I don't think there was anything wrong with what she said.
I do think that Chelsea was trying to be a bit messy by sending the other girls. That scene where they're in the estate agent and Bree's not there and this guy was doing chatty pie bit, everything that happened the day before with this.
But I would do the same I would do the same if you didn't come to a social event. and I was at a social event and something happened, I would tell you.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't just her retelling what happened. I think that where it started to get pushed a bit further is when she was adding her own interpretation of not just what happened, but her judgment around it. That's why I think it starts to be like, it sounds like you're judging her, and Bree's not even here to defend herself.
But we're going to sit here and say we don't judge people?
I know, look, yes.
Let his without sin.
Yeah, can't suppose stone.
Exactly.
I do agree, but I just...
We're sitting here trying to be
all right, Chelsea,
the trick is,
sympathiser.
Yeah, no, the problem... Let's be real. The problem is she said it on camera.
Yeah, no, I agree. She got to say it off camera and no one would have cared.
If I text you, X, that'd be it. I said it on camera and now I'm the one who's going to get it in the next. She's about, is anybody here? But none of you guys are sitting here saying that what she's doing is good.
No, I'll be honest. That's why I said the first time when Chelsea brought up the whole Brie thing, I kind of was like, well, at least someone said it, because no one... All these girls are going to smile and look at you and be like, no, you know, oh, nice to meet you, Brie. But Chelsea's like, are we not going to look... I'm sorry.
going to ask you.
Yeah, I'm going to ask you, like,
on?
Yeah, you've just had a baby. I've seen the news about Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon has 8 other baby mamas.
Are you
How
scared?
do you feel?
Are you scared?
Are you scared?
Are you scared though?
I do think that there's a level, and there was this point that I also supported Chelsea on, and I think she's 100% right. And one of the reasons why she got at Brie, apart from the Nick Cannon aspect, was that Brie joined the agency with no experience that we know of. She didn't have to prove. She
had sold houses,
she sold. What house did she sell on the show? Full stop.
I'm telling you what Brie said. She said.
Yeah.
She said, I've been out here selling houses.
Yeah, I'm sure she has.
No one batted the eyelid. Her baby was what, 6 weeks?
Yeah.
6 weeks.
Yeah, that's what normally happens in America though.
That was crazy.
Yeah. So in America, the maternity leave is like 6 weeks.
But I thought you said your man had money and he looks after his kid. So why do you have to be here?
Yeah, no. See, that to me, again, nonsense. But
the minute I have a baby, I'm not coming back to work for 4 years.
No.
I don't want to be here.
4 years?
I don't want to be here.
But
I like to work. I hate to do it. And now you guys are going to pay me to sit at home and be with my sweet little baby. I'm staying here until that money runs out. You have to drag me back into that office.
Nick Cannon, now he's got the 10 babies.
And my man has money as well. I'm never coming back here.
Well, Nick Cannon now has 10 babies, and according to what was said on the show...
He ain't paying him child support for none of them, so he's got all his money in his bank account.
Yeah, living cushy.
Yeah.
Knowing his seed is all around the world. But the thing is...
And you're not embarrassed!
Yeah, I know. But the one thing I will say is that, go back to my point, Brie joined the agency. We all know she was there to be like the anti-Christine, dark-haired Christine villain, etc. But
she don't have it.
Yeah, she doesn't. But also, she didn't have to like prove that she had sold a house. When Chelsea joined, Chelsea had to make a deal with Jason, saying, "Oh, if I sell the house, I'll get my spot on the Oppenheimer."
I wonder why that is.
Interesting.
I wonder why that is.
And then, midway through the show, she it's the dinner between Mary Lou, Jason, Rochelle, Christina. What's her name? Chelsea and the husband, and she says, you know, what she then confirms that one of her house made escrow, and he was like, "I knew you were a good find," and she's like, "Yes, I am a good hire. Like, I am doing the business. I am making the money and bringing in revenue." And I just hate to see, like, it's so reflective of the workplace where you have to work twice as hard to prove
Chelsea
that you're...
just needs to stay there till her star has risen to where she's happy with and
just like peace.
What are you giving these people content for?
Exactly. I have to say, like, even though Chelsea did annoy me, especially towards the end, she sold houses, she started conversations that needed to be said, she brought the drama. She did her job.
That's what she said. That was
and she showed her husband, she showed the fashions. She did. I think if I was in the grade Chelsea, she came and she did well this season.
She's a better first in person than either Nicole or
absolutely
Brie, if I'm being completely honest. Like you said, Nicole's beef with Chrishell is that 3 years ago, Jason put Chrishell and her as joint agents on a house.
Because apparently Jason fancied Chrishell.
And Nicole thinks she did all the work and therefore is mad. And if I've been named as an agent, you've been named as an agent, regardless of how much work I do on it, at the end, commission comes, we split it, we man our own business. You took your share. If you had a problem, you should have raised it then.
Fam.
You didn't. 3 years have passed now, you're talking about, but you didn't do anything on the house. What does it even matter?
Yeah.
The house has been sold and I made my money and you made your money. So what is the problem?
What
do you want from me?
Yeah, she wants the moment. That's what she wanted from you, a moment.
And Grishelle was like, and I'm 100% with Grishelle, which is like, oh, please, what's the point of this? What is the point? And I'm not gonna go back and forth with you because you're a big woman. Yeah. You're older than I am, I can tell. We're not gonna be sat at a dinner table talking about, and the other thing was, he had a crush on you, so, and how's that my problem? Yeah. What should I do? Kill myself because I'm hot? Yeah. I should cut my face off? What do you want me to do?
I mean, Chriselle was very triggered because the time that she's saying, actually 3 years ago she was married. Time has changed. Yeah. Times have really changed.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It must have been season 3 that they got a divorce.
So it's like, it's because she was just married during that time. That's when she did not appreciate that type of conversation because it implies that.
But I feel like Chriselle also took it too far even in that. She said he had a crush on you. You've now translated it to she's implying that you two was fucking when it wasn't that. And also this woman is clearly crazy. Yeah. She's clearly crazy. There were times I called Jason about work and he wouldn't pick up the phone. And I've done the deductions. I'm a detective and I figured out it's because it was you.
No, your beef is with Jason. People are up with Jason.
Everyone's beef was with Jason.
And Jason was in Paris living up life with his 25-year-old girlfriend.
Everyone's beef was with Jason and they're taking it out on each other. Why are you mad at me? I'm not the boss. Yeah. What did she want? Could she just be like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I did sneak in and I did get it because Jason had a crush on. And?
To me, I just saw she wants the moment. And then what was even worse is, okay, on the retreat or a trip that they had, so I think it was like Palm Springs.
Yeah, girls trip.
The girls trip.
Dread it, I'm telling you. Don't call your girls' holiday a girls' trip no. unless you want to fight your friends on the trip.
If this is on scripted shows and unscripted shows, it's always a problem.
Do not do it.
Honestly, just say you're going on holiday.
Just say you're going on holiday.
And don't even come at different times. Don't even come on the same day. Go on different times.
We've been on girls' trips. But no, we wouldn't even call them that. We've been on holiday with our friends.
Yeah. And there was a bit of mini beef.
One of them.
The second one, you guys had to tell me to chill.
Yeah, you did have to, as we know on the podcast, Shana has trouble relaxing. No. And so we had to tell her, you are sadly outnumbered. And the team doesn't want to go on your planned day of hikes and excursions. We are going to eat at this restaurant for 8 hours and then we're going to eat at another restaurant for 8 hours and then we're going to the club.
It was my birthday trip and I was inviting you. I know it was a trip.
Invite the group.
I invited the group. You guys came, and it ended up. It was a very fun trip.
It was a great trip.
And yeah, I had packed up a lot of itinerary and plans to make up this big fun-packed holiday. And actually, I got the biggest present of all, letting to just take a step back and relax and
fighting over what you're like. But I really want to go to this one, guys. Please, guys, can we go? We're like, no.
It's a real common theme with a lot of my group holidays. With siblings, we had a similar thing where I was like, guys, can we not eat the local food? Can we go to McDonald's though? Please, can we eat the local food though? Please.
You have to listen. I feel like it's good that we went on that trip because it was helpful for us to know what we're like on holidays. Yeah. And if we decided like, actually we like this vibe, we could have gone on a bunch more trips. Yeah. If you decide, I don't like this vibe, you've only ever been on the one, you know? And I feel like at the end of the day, as long as everyone compromises a little bit, you can still get something out of your holiday. If it had been like, we were like, no, and we ended up having a great trip, but you had a horrible trip, then that would have been nice.
Yeah. But I think I think I can speak for everyone that we all ended up having an amazing trip. And it was really trip. And actually, after that trip, I definitely reflected on how I holiday myself.
Did you write in your journal?
I didn't write in my journal. I just, since then, I've just made sure that I manage my expectation of not trying to pack too much on holidays and try to at least bake time just to relax.
Do you know what I like to do?
Which is crazy to think about, you're baking time to do it, but yeah.
I will pack my day. Yeah. In the same way that you packed your day. Yeah. And the fun is going, I'm not going to do one of those things or two of those things or three of those things. Like, knowing that, like, if I want to do this, I'm going to do this. But if I decide, like, at the moment, in that moment, I feel like going to eat, that's what I'm going to do. Okay. I'm not feeling this sense of, we made the itinerary, we've got to do it. It's like, no, I made the itinerary and I don't want to do that anymore. So I'm not going to do that. Or you've got to the place and it's closed.
Is that on group trips or solo trips?
I was on a solo trip. I did that on a group trip as well.
I think group trips, I think everyone needs to agree what the major thing everyone is... Like, what's your non-negotiables or things that you really would love to see? And then what's the nice to have?
I think the trick is you make the itinerary. on the good trip.
You're saying you make the itinerary. You're the passenger to these trips, remember?
No, I'm saying what
about
I would do.
Yeah.
I think, what I'm saying is that what I think the person who planned the trip should do.
Yeah.
Make an itinerary.
Yeah,
on the plane, we'll decide what of those things that we like.
I agree, yeah.
Because I think it's good to come in with ideas, right?
But you have one person who's like, this is some of the things we can think about. What's everyone's thoughts?
Exactly.
And then suggestions,
here are like the top 20 attractions of these things. I've sorted them into like days, right? We're not going to get to see all of them. So, are there any here that you're like, I don't want to see this, that we can start for others? Or are there any where you're like, let's play it by ear? If on Monday morning we wake up and we're hungover, we're not going to the museum at 10 a.m. actually. We're staying in bed until 11. We're having lunch until 4.
I'll be honest.
And we're going to another bar.
You have a very similar holiday approach for my sister. Just when I'm telling you, we went to Barcelona, me and my siblings. I wanted to try local food and cuisines and culture. My brother wanted to go and see football stadiums, and my sister wanted to go to the beach. There was damned to be an issue, and we did have a big argument. But then we end up making the best compromise. After that argument, it was like the door open, and it was like peace, and we just realised, let's all compromise on what we really want to do. And then we went to go to the football stadium to see my brother's, what he wanted to see. We went to the beach, and we had some culture. And we did all of that, and we packed it in, and it was a great time. Not all that one day, but we did it over the course of the week.
Yeah.
And that was good. But I wish we had the discussion, less of an argument, while we're in England, so that when we got to Barcelona, we knew what we were doing.
It's really interesting. I've never been on holiday with my sister, but I'm trying to think of like whenever we've been to the spa, it's been basically two individuals that happen to the point. Basically, I paid for it. It's like I'm going on an individual holiday and you're going on an individual holiday, but you're paying for me to go on an individual holiday. That's my idea of us going on holiday together, because we're so like, okay, well, I've seen you for 2 hours now. I don't want to see you anymore. So I'm going to go. That would either be like, right, let's spend the days on our own and then we'll have dinner together and then maybe we'll go out together. But I don't want to... we're going to fight. I know we're going to fight if we spend all day every... Because we're very different people. Like, I feel like she's very much like meet locals, get immersed in the culture, and I'm like, go to museums, go to churches, mind your own business, get on a plane, go home.
Yeah.
Like, that's my idea of immersing myself in culture. I want to learn everything about the city.
I think it's so important. I'm just thinking about it. I feel that you get to know people when you go on holiday. I know we're on 100% on the tangent, but just to finish up, like, I think that you really get to know people when you're on holiday.
Yeah.
You can either become really close or you can
become really
far away. Really distant. But I think one of the big things and a test in a relationship is to go on holiday very early on, just to see how you guys mesh. I'm talking about romantic relationships.
Yes, one thing I would
romantic relationships is just to see if you guys can go to a place, it doesn't even need to be far, and see that you guys will not kill each other.
One thing I would like to flag before we end this, Shoshana's style when it comes to being at the airport, I didn't care for. If I'm going to be honest, it was stressing me out and it was getting on my nerves. Shoshana was like, don't stop anywhere, can't get over.
We were running late.
You're ruining my enjoyment. I remember I said, I'm going to go get Krispy Kreme donuts, and you were like, if they open these gates, we're leaving you. Not even, we'll try. You said, at this point, you were beyond done with us. You were, because we kept on being like, can we go here? You're like, right? You're like, we're on a strike schedule, we need to go to this gate. And I was like, Shoshana, we haven't had anything to eat. Like, I'm so hungry. Like, well, you guys should have got here earlier. I didn't like that. I'm sorry. I didn't care
It's been 6 years. I've travelled many other places since then. I've definitely seen things different. I've also been almost so late. I've missed flights. So I'm
exactly. So I don't like appreciate that from you.
So I've changed. As I told you, that holiday shows me. Like when we were coming back from Lisbon, I wasn't like, oh come on guys, we must do this.
No, because you guys were sleeping.
We were. I was tired, man.
Sleeping.
But also that I have changed. I have grown up since then. It's time.
I'm not saying that you still do this. I'm just saying that was something that I was like,
I know you. I did piss you off.
If this was the trip, I want to go home.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. What I'm saying,
you pissed me off. I was just like, what is happening?
Yeah.
This is the beginning of the trip, and you're already so stressed.
You know why? It's because it's a fear of like, again, I put a lot of pressure. It was a birthday trip, and I felt like I was also hosting you guys, and I didn't want to.
You've never been to Lisbon before. Why are you hosting us?
No, like, I'm the one who brought you here. I booked the accommodation. I mean, you guys said you wanted to come, so it was also
Yeah,
that as
exactly.
well.
What I'm saying is, from where you booked the flights and the accommodation, you should have been like, I've done my bit.
No, but
Good luck to the rest of you.
But again,
Because I didn't do anything.
yeah, and actually that's.
I didn't do a damn thing that trip, apart from derail the trip.
Again, as I know, there's some people that are the drivers and there's some people that are passengers.
I love to be passenger.
And I just end up by default becoming the driver.
I'm a passenger even when I'm on my own.
But I want to take more passenger lifestyles on certain things, like especially like. I was gonna say, but I have actually been a passenger with one of our girly friends who loves to be the driver on traveling.
I don't know.
Tabby, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I've been on holiday time. But actually, I really appreciated that. And equally, because it was just the two of us, I really feel like we still had, like, we had plans for the day, but it wasn't like, right, we got to go now.
Yeah, yeah.
It was like, okay, well, we can go do this.
Yeah.
Oh, it's lunchtime, so let's go get lunch. We'll finish lunch when we finish lunch. We'll go to this, and then we'll go get dinner when we get dinner. And actually, on that trip, we didn't really go out in the evenings.
Yeah. I think when I got on holidays, we don't really go out.
Yeah, which is a shame.
We go for drinks, but
we go for drinks.
But I'm also not like a clubby person. I feel like I don't know. I've not really gone to clubs with just me and another person. It's normally like a group. It's like. Yeah, it's normally with more than two people. Yeah,
I think that's what I like. Honestly, if I'm being honest, one of the things I like about going on holiday is going clubbing in another country.
I'm not. Maybe definitely when I was in my 20s, I'm open.
When we went to Copenhagen, and Shoshana was trying to scrap with people.
I wasn't trying to scrap. It was just like.
Why did you shove that? You shoved that guy. You was trying to start a fight.
Yeah, no.
He didn't do a damn thing to you. He was walking past you and you shoved him.
It may have been alcohol, but I was over it as well.
Shoshana was in a mood.
I was done.
One thing about Shoshana, what did she drinks?
No, I was tired. I was tired, and I was tired, and I had alcohol, and I was hungry. The whole time I was googling where's the nearest KFC in the club.
But I'm also being honest with you, Shoshana. You're scary. When you're drunk.
I don't.
I wouldn't fuck with you.
I don't even drink that much. I mean, I definitely don't now.
Yeah.
And I didn't drink that much then.
I was a bygone era. Shall we say. Back in the day.
Anyway, look.
We are on a such tangent. Anyway,
back
on the girls' trip.
Yeah, and then the girls' trip on Sunny and Sunset, which is why we're talking about it. It was terrible. You had Mary break down in a cab and start crying because
liquid IV.
Yeah, liquid IV nonsense.
The weird bit was weird. I didn't like that.
No, I mean the girls need to eat more and start and have less and be drinking less. Okay.
I didn't like the IV bit at all.
No.
That just made me feel really uncomfortable. I don't know what it is about that.
I think
it's because like when you think about going to hospital, it's such like a not unpleasant, but like a necessity that you would rather not be there. Yeah. And these are people who've had a couple of drinks the night before, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so hungover. I need a whole IV."
Yeah.
I'm going to put something into my veins. I don't even need to. These people aren't doctors, by the way.
No. They're just like but there's certain things that make me just like. It makes me question certain behaviours, but again, it's not my body.
Nicole's? Because she's a crackhead.
Oh, according to Chriselle. Oh, this is when the drug allegation came up. And then Nicole left after Chriselle was like...
crying.
She started crying, she walked off. And then I do appreciate Mary telling Nicole, like, to be honest, girl...
You fucked up.
Yeah,
you deserved it. I don't want to hear that.
Not in that time, but I think she needed to be told, like... You have started this problem, and some of it lies with you. Like some of this is your fault.
Should we talk about Mary?
We can. I mean, another thing I was gonna say about Nicole was when she went to go get a drug test
in the middle of nowhere.
I was so over it. I was like, this girl's gonna be Karen.
I'm not being funny, but like, very extreme reaction, and also, do we believe you?
I don't really care about the whole drug thing. Do you? I mean, don't do drugs though.
I was with Chelsea being like, did anyone actually see her take the drug test? Because anyone could go print a piece of paper that says that they did a drug test. And also the worst thing was like, she's like, here's a piece of paper that I did a drug test. It didn't say the results.
Yeah, she's like, oh, I'm still waiting for the results.
It just said I did it. Okay, sis. We never ever got those results. So, what's to say? And I'm assuming we didn't get the results because she did not pass the drug test. You at least have alcohol in your system.
Yeah, cause...
At the very least.
Oh, so stupid.
So, what else is in there?
I think again, this girl is... If you were talking about manufactured drama, that was Nicole this season.
Yeah.
And that's why it was so annoying, yeah.
Yeah, she was a pain. I didn't like
Yeah.
that.
And then moving on to Mary.
Mary, 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 Mary. Mary.
Yeah.
Mary. I don't know how Mary swindled her partners waiting to get in a job refurbishing one of Jason's house. Like, I always forget, and then I'm remembered and I think, this is so crazy. Mary used to date Jason. Yeah. Mary's husband is now working on Jason. Like, it's so incestuous.
Yeah.
And it's such a small office. Like, I was thinking about it, I was like, oh, is there anybody in my workplace who's hooked up? And I was like, no, because we have quite a small office. And I was like, wait, Oppenheimer Group is even smaller than my office. And somehow you have 3 exes in here.
Yeah. Also...
And you still share dogs with one of them.
Know. Wait, okay. Chelsea asked it, the girls asked it. What is it with Jason? How is he bagging these hot girls?
Well, Marie Lou, whatever her name was, it seemed to be implying that he was packing heat, shall we say?
So the short king was, yeah. Interesting.
Short king had length somewhere. Had inches.
No, it's not even just, he can have all the inches in the world, but how is he even getting these ladies?
He's showing them his dick, obviously.
When she was talking about when he approached her, like, oh, I saw him in the crossing room.
Yeah, he has a massive penis, so he can go up to whoever he wants. He's not fast.
I don't see it.
That's why it's Jason and not Brett doing all of this.
Yeah, sure. I think Brett is probably more attractive than Jason.
Brett's minding his own damn business.
That's why I find Brett more attractive.
On here.
Is it?
If I was Brett, I would have talked to my brother a long time ago and been like, stop fucking our employees.
Yeah.
These are our employees.
Well, apparently, so even though the brothers are part of the Oppenheim group, apparently Brett has his own, like, separate entity.
Brett's barely in it.
Yeah. He has his own separate entity, so when he sells houses, he just gets the money to his entity. So he's quite separate from his brother. But I just prefer Brett because he minds his own business. Jason is messy, man.
Messy boots. Oh. So this season, after the reunion where Jason was bawling his eyes out, I miss Chriselle so much, I'm going to die without her. He's got a 25-year-old girlfriend now.
The mess.
Old dude's 44, whatever the hell. So she's good 20 years between the two of them. Yeah. She's European. So he's now like, I have Aperol Spritz because I have a European girlfriend, which I was like, oh my God, America sucks so much. And then she's like, I don't even know if she's like, he decides, me and Mary Lou want to go Europe for 3 weeks. Will you be in charge, Mary? It wasn't really a will you, it's like, you need to be in charge. Yeah. Mary's like, yeah, okay. He dips. He's left Mary the business, but he's also left her his listings, but he's also left her these 2 apartments that he's flipping.
Yeah.
And Romain is flipping the houses for him.
Yeah.
And Mary goes to visit them like 2 weeks in maybe, and is like, so we should be done. And Romain's like, yeah, so basically the windows might not be right and we might have to rip them all out and start again. So we will not be done with this in like the month in time for Jason to get back. Jason then gets back and he's like, I'm fucking fuming. You've done nothing since I was away. This is exactly the same. Mary's like, hold on a second. I was trying to help you out. He was like, no, this isn't good enough. I'm not paying a penny more towards this, so you better figure out how you're going to fix this. Which I was just like, first of all, you're going to pay my husband if I tell you you're going to pay my husband, or I'm going to trash your entire business. Second of all, have some respect. Third of all, when you left, there was quite a lot of stuff to be done in this house anyway, so I don't know why you thought it would be done.
Magically done.
Finished. But then more than that, there he goes to him. Listen, there's some drama between Chriselle and Nicole, and it seems like it all stems from you giving them a listing to share. And he goes, oh, this sounds like a you problem. Mary goes, no, it sounds like a you problem because you put them together.
Yeah.
He goes, yeah, but it happened when I wasn't here, so it's a you problem. And Mary goes, listen, I really need you to do... And he says, Mary, I really need you to listen. I can't get involved with my 2 exes fighting. Can you fix this, Mary?
So you asked your 3rd ex to deal with the other 2 exes.
He says, Mary, fix this, okay? Bye.
I just... That moment, it felt so selfish. And I understand why Mary ended up eventually breaking down in the taxi.
I don't, because I'm not doing it.
Yeah. The girl could have easily said no.
I'm not doing it.
There's just too many things around it. Like, the fact, like, we didn't see, maybe it was talked about off camera, like, her talking to Jason about the work that she also had going on.
She's also trying to have a baby.
I'm not distressed. And then I think at the end she was just like, we're gonna hold for now.
No, I think she said they're trying and
They're gonna do IVF.
no, they're trying the natural way.
Okay.
And then if that doesn't work, then they're gonna go to IVF.
Yeah.
Because they were trying to freeze embryos, and then because of how hectic things were at work, they decided actually maybe we should just try the natural way, and then if that doesn't work, then we can do IVF.
But either way, it's just like, yeah, I felt for that moment where he would just like take everything, but I do agree that the girl could have just stood up and said, I can't do this. Like, you have made this impossible. Why can't you give it to your brother? Your brother is within the Oppenheim group. He is
just because I'm taking over the business doesn't mean I need to collect your personal. Because the house he's flipping was his personal thing. I don't want to be across that.
No.
I don't want to be across that. Just because my husband's doing the flipping, hire someone else to do it. Do you not think this is a conflict of interest? But obviously he doesn't know anything about that because conflict of interest, he's made his ex-girlfriend the manager of his company.
Jesus.
Who knows anything about conflict of interest? I'm ex-girlfriend is sitting across from her. The other ex-girlfriend is sitting behind her.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, to me, Chriselle was like...
If Mary Lou decides she wants to sell houses, she's come to Oppenheimer Group as well. And Mary Lou equally. Tall, blonde person. Nicole, blonde person. Mary, blonde person. He has a type.
Yeah. And they're all tall. I mean, he is a short.
Yeah, of course, he's a short guy. And I think he loves that they're tall. Weirdo. And they're all thin.
Yeah. Well, that's universal across all the Oppenheim Group.
But even Mary Lou, you have a type.
Yeah. I think he's gonna have a Peter Pan syndrome. He probably is having a Peter Pan syndrome where he hasn't grown up.
I think that was harsh, and they don't really explore it with Chriselle, which I think is good. Is him talking about like, oh, Mary Lou might be the one, and talked about having kids, blah blah. It's just not very nice, is it? Like, you broke up with me, because I wanted to have a baby and you didn't. I'm dating a child now, and you're like, I'm open to the idea.
And you're like, yeah, that.
Fuck you.
Yeah. And I think
just like you didn't want to have a baby with me then, and I could have lived my life, reasonably.
In the first couple of episodes when Chriselle was, they kind of had to rehash what happened in this previous season. And then when Jason brought Mary Lou, I thought that Chriselle was a bit jealous, like the way her response was.
Yeah, everyone's energy was with Mary's energy as well, being like, oh, he's dating a 12-year-old, blah, blah, blah. Renee's 20 years younger than you. Yeah. Just say you don't like that your ex is dating someone younger than you. Yeah. Makes you uncomfortable.
I mean, I think it made everyone in the room uncomfortable, but yeah. I just, I find that part very incestuous. Again, I think we talked about this previously. Why would my boss ever come into the office with his girlfriend? That is one part of your personal...
My boss brought her husband and her baby to the office. She didn't bring them. They came to the office. They was
going to pick up something and then...
No, to visit the office so we could see the baby.
Yeah, but that's like, you're bringing the baby.
Yeah, but you brought your husband's one. You're going to drop the baby off and disappeared. The nanny could have brought the baby.
Because he's going to carry the baby back with him. To me...
Why don't you bring your baby? It's your baby.
Yeah, but... I'm going to have to... After the baby leaves, I have to continue doing work.
No, I'm coming in with the baby and I'm going home. I'm not coming to work today.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
look at my squidgy little baby. You think I'm going to leave this alone and then come and sit in this dry ass office? No, look at my baby. I came here to show you my beautiful baby and I'm getting home.
Yeah, maybe...
I'll bring my baby to meetings.
Again, the husband's a flex. We talk about
yes, 100%. The baby was a flex and the husband was a flex.
Yeah.
And that's what he was trying to do when he brought Marie Lou, what her name? Amy Lou.
Mary Lou, yeah.
Mary Lou. This is a flex. Yeah. Listen, you ugly old bitches.
So funny.
That's what he was saying. I've got a model now. Now what? It's just... And she was born before when you guys were in college.
Yeah, that's just the crazy part. I think the last person to talk about briefly was Heather.
And Amanda.
Amanda. But with Heather, I'll be honest, I'll be very quick. And I noticed this with Christine. When you're pregnant, your only storyline is that you're pregnant. Every time Heather was on screen, it was like, look, the bump is bigger. Look, my butt is...
Oh, yeah, it's 2 weeks. He's 20 weeks. He's 20 weeks and 4 days.
I'm not hating at all because pregnancy is beautiful. And look, if my real life friends were going through that, like, best believe we're going to be talking about that. Best believe we're going to be really excited about every single development. This was just happening every single episode. And because we're binging these shows, it's just like, oh, Heather's on screen again. I wonder what part of her baby bump she's going to tell us about. it was just a bit boring. And I've heard rumours, and I think it's probably clear that Heather's not part of next season. Maybe because she's going to be giving birth at that point.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to miss her. So best of luck with the baby, and wish you all the best with the birth.
Yeah,
Bye.
I agree. They turned her. I don't know. Like, you're right. Maybe it's just maybe this is what it is like when you have a baby and you are quite an annoying person.
Yeah.
But luckily, you only spend time with people that know you and they think it's adorable.
Yeah.
But you couldn't. There was no conversation in which she wouldn't be like, "I'm eating like a whale because I'm pregnant. My feet hurt because I'm pregnant. Oh, I didn't get nauseous actually. I've had a great pregnancy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push this baby out with a sneeze. Like, it's just constant references. And I was like, are you the first woman to have a baby?
Yeah.
Amanda. Oh, well, I guess we already talked about her, but at the end, I really want to say, like, or the episode just before last, Amanda's big storyline is that she found a lump, ignored the lump got more painful, went to doctors and they were like, wow, this might be cancer, we're going to order a biopsy, did the biopsy, and it was in fact not cancer. That was her storyline. One of the things that made my blood boil about this, and I want to be empathetic because I don't know what it would be like if you might not have cancer. As a person who lost a parent to cancer, if I found out that my parent thought they had cancer and then just decided to wait 7 months, 8 months, in this day and age when people can cure cancer virtually, until it got so bad that they couldn't and then died of it, I would be fucking fuming.
Yeah.
And the worst thing is you're on TV, so now I will know.
Yeah.
You could have kept this in your head. Now, national record that you knew about the lump. You sat on the lump for 6 months because you had so much going on. And then you remembered that you had kids and who would look after them if you left. And that just, I don't know, it really triggered me.
Yeah.
I was like, that's so fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I don't really take care of myself now, but I don't have any dependence like that. If I had a kid, I'd take my health a lot more seriously.
Yeah.
And I would do whatever I needed to do to make sure that I was there for my kids. I know, I'm not trying to say she's a bad mum at all. I was genuinely quite shocked.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Because it came so left field, she had been talking about she had some health issues throughout the series. It felt so out of place, and then the music that they used and things that they'd done, it really made it feel like, oh god, is she going to reveal this news that,
she's dying?
Yeah, that's what I was getting really worried about it. And then the other part of me was thinking, one, it's good that she's highlighted this story. It's a very scary story, and I think there's some people that probably could relate to that part of the story, the avoidance part of it.
Yeah, I'm so sure.
But like you said, it's something that is, you don't want to judge, but like her having kids and then knowing that you're knowingly avoiding this thing that could impact your children.
Yeah,
like,
I get it. I like I said, I do feel empathy because I imagine for her to do that, knowing how much she cares about her children, the fear must have been so crippling.
And I think that she seems like that kind of person. Like, she's so scared and fearful, she's not going to do it. She doesn't want to deal with it and address it.
Yeah. But in the moment, I was just, my blood was boiling. I was like, what a fucking stupid thing to do. But you've had time and energy to come on and do this. This is what you've been spending your time and energy on. You have some sort of growth where you think you might be dying, and this is how you want to spend your last moments. Sitting in arguments with people, telling people that they look like they've done drugs and cracked out and this and that and the other. Get it together.
Yeah, I mean, I'm perfectly honest. Like Heather, I don't need to see Amanda in any future seasons of Selling Sunset.
She has officially lost any relevance in this show, for being completely honest.
And I was telling Mani this off air, and I don't want to sound insensitive, but I really feel like she was clutching at straws for a storyline. And I felt like that was one of the reasons why she brought up that part where I feel like probably the producers were probably nudging her throughout the whole season, like, do you want to talk about your health issues? Do you want to talk about your health issues? And then finally she kind of succumbed. But it just felt like so out of place, and it could have just been handled in a different way. And perfectly honest, again, I'm very happy, and I'm thank God that it wasn't cancer. The biopsy came up negative, but I think it's probably best that she just continue staging, looking after her family, and just not be on the show. Bring in some more fresh blood, because I think these storylines are going to run real dry. The villains and this storyline is not going to last as long as people think. We saw a teaser of season 7 at the end of series 6.
No, it's just more of 6.
And it's more of 6. And it's giving me the impression that they filmed series 6 and series 7 together and just chopped it in half and said, oh, this is going to be series 6 and it's going to be series 7 episodes.
Then they better drop it soon, because please, just get it out of the way. Like you said at the top of this that Chriselle and G Flip are married now.
Yeah, they're
so
married.
We're clearly quite behind. So let's just catch us up.
Yeah.
The people who follow them are seeing that things have moved in their lives. So we're just watching stuff that's no longer relevant right now.
This is what happened with the Kardashians. Like, they will film the show, and then within the time that they finish filming to like when it airs, all this crazy crap happens. Yeah, I just don't know.
What would you give it?
Ratings wise, I did not enjoy it.
Neither did I.
I would give it 3 out of 5.
Same. I was going to say that. I was number in my head. I'd give it a 3.
Yeah.
It's not, this has changed my life in any way viewing, but I did enjoy.
Yeah.
And do you know what? Watch it on 1.25 speed.
For real.
Perfect.
You really just, it was really background
just
TV.
Get to the drama, because I'm sitting through these conversations I don't care about at the moment.
I remember when you said that Beyonce's Renaissance album is good when you're hoovering or cleaning the house. I think that Sun Sunset is great TV when you're cooking.
Yeah, it's lovely background
Like, it's
TV.
such background TV. I literally just watched most of the season while I was cooking, cleaning around the house, doing a few things on my laptop.
Yeah, I think I did about 5 eps while I was like doing whatever my weekend chores were. So
it's great background TV, so I have no problem with it.
Yeah, there's not enough background TV on anymore.
No.
So.
A lot of the reality stuff will do that. And like, I don't need to think too hard with reality. Something like Love is Blind, I like to sit and concentrate, because 1, we will most likely review it, but 2, I really want to just like fall into this world and understand the love journey and all that kind of stuff. This one, couldn't care less. So what we do next week?
Next week we're going to be watching
Succession.
Oh my god! Next week is oh my god, I'm going to cry. Can I just say something right now before I forget? This week's episode, which is the episode before the finale, so the funeral of ...
Yeah.
I was welling up.
Really? Okay, I haven't watched. I am behind.
I was welling up.
I am behind. We are going to be watching the ending of Succession.
We are watching the final season of Succession.
Yeah.
God, I don't even know how I'm going to put my feelings together. I really enjoyed it.
I haven't even written notes.
I haven't either.
It's going to be fun.
I'm going to watch recaps.
Yeah, I think we may need it.
But really enjoying it so far. I cannot wait to talk about it in depth next week.
Yep.
And I don't know why, but it's really having an emotional effect on me.
It's so interesting.
And this is the first season where I found myself rooting for
the family.
Certain people.
Okay, interesting. I know who you're talking about, but...
No, but I'll tell you this right now.
What?
My allegiances change every week.
Oh, that's so interesting.
There is one person who I'm like, I can't help it, I back this person. But when it comes to who do I think is going to win, changes every week.
Okay, cool.
Because every week, you're like, oh, maybe it's... And then they have a mighty fall and you go, these people are so shit. This family is garbage.
Oh, God.
But that's what the show's about.
Yeah, it's
really.
true.
It's
like
true. Watching these people who have
bad
absolutely
families.
no business running their father's business. Competing to run the business.
Yeah.
And in the end, you know...
We're going to have to wait and see.
The pet dog's going to win or something. It's just ridiculous.
But yeah, so that's Succession. It's on HBO, but also on Sky. We're going to be watching that next week. Very excited. Need to catch up. Make sure you do too. Also, make sure you like, you subscribe, you tell a friend, tell an enemy. And yeah.
And let us know if you're team Kendall, team Shiv, team Roman, or team Tom.
Or team Dog.
Team Greg. There are people out there saying Greg's going to win the whole thing.
I don't. It feels like Game of Thrones.
It does. Oh, it does. But for once, I actually like Game of Thrones. I kind of knew like a good 2-3 seasons in who I wanted to win. This up until now, I've been like all of them suck, and I don't want any of them to win.
Yeah.
But now that like it's the final season, I'm like, oh, someone is going to win.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to see every episode. Is this the sign?
Is
it
the
the sign?
Yeah.
Is this the sign?
I need to download some episodes. I've got a hen do later this weekend, so I might watch
all the
them.
time?
Yeah.
Event. It's event viewing.
It really is. And I really need to avoid spoilers because you know there's going to be idiots out there.
Yeah, it's been really difficult because usually we talk about it in the office, but everyone's not watching it at the same time, so you can't really. You have to go in corners and whisper. But
that's the crazy thing. Like, we can talk about it another day, but the water cooler moments don't exist anymore. On the only times when you get people all watching the show at the same time.
Britain's Got Talent.
Oh God. Yes.
Yeah,
I think it's like Game of Thrones.
EastEnders in 2006.
Yeah, true.
I think it's White Lotus.
Yeah,
and I think
White Lotus. Yeah.
Succession.
I think for most people,
in my office at least.
Yeah,
White Lotus, Succession. I'm trying to think of something else.
It's weird. There's episode drops.
Yeah, those are the only things where we are all watching.
Love is Blind.
Not in my office.
No, okay, Love is Blind in our office.
My office is not very big reality TV.
Really, yeah. No, Love is Blind got most people talking.
Obviously, in this office, The Mole.
Flipping it. Flipping it. When The Mole Series 2 comes out, we'll wait and see. Traitors was
I have something to show you. Yeah. So, the New York Times is doing a list of the 50 best shows on Netflix. Guess who's in it?
Don't tell me the flipping mole.
The Mole!
What the hell?
Air horn.
What number do we get?
I'm not telling you.
We're gonna have to cover this. We're gonna have a look at this list, and then we'll talk about this next week.
Listen, I got an eye for TV.
Flipping it!
I got an eye for The Mole.
When I'm telling you, I still don't get it.
I'm gonna go back and listen to that episode because I want to remind myself how much I enjoyed The Mole.
Flip. Anyway, this has been Scripts and Giggles with Shosha now.
And Ronnie.
I
was trying to think of a witty
and Celine Marty.
Celine Marty. I couldn't think of any. I was trying to think of something like, you seem a little cracked out, Marnie.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
Work. Bye.
Bye.